This is Marvel Legends Sif action figure. I got this one loose. The only way to get this figure as I'm making this video is part of a Marvel Legends box set called A-Force. It is a 6-pack of Marvel Legends women action figures. And the only way to get this figure, as mentioned, is either in that box set or to get it loose. It's so far not solo carded as of yet, and it might not get a solo card in the future, so that's up to Hasbro. Sif fits in the Thor world. She's the girlfriend of Thor. She's Asgardian, so it's pretty cool. You can display it with the Thor characters. It fits that world well. She has one accessory, her sword, and let's take a look at it. I noticed Hasbro doesn't use chrome paint anymore. They did for a while use chrome paint, but they don't anymore. That's kind of a shame, but overall, nicely done. And it fits here, right under belt sheath. So that's how that looks. She can hold the sword on either hand, and that's how it looks on the right hand. And there is a lot of unique detailing here that looks original. The head sculpt, this piece is attached, but let's check that out. You can see the ears as well through the design. This cape is unique in that it just hangs over the shoulder, and we're going to take this off so you can get a better look at the figure. See, there's no peg in the back, and this is a unique part. And then you have the skirt piece here, which, check that out, well tasseled up. It's attached to the belt. It's a soft plastic, and it's nicely done presentation-wise. This is painted on, the designs, but you see the scale parts here. It might be some reused parts from the Angela action figure, but Hasbro really did go out of the way to make a nicely done figure. But overall, it's just a nice presentation to the character. Sif in the comic books doesn't have any one iconic look, I would say, that has been used through the decades. So her costumes always change a bit, and this is one of the more modern takes and looks to the character from the comics. And I think it's presented well. And if you put this near Thor, Loki, Odin, and those type of figures, it fits right in display-wise. And this looks nicely done. The presentation of the gauntlets and how they made that. And so does this. And I really think it looks nice design-wise. You add this cape with the fur type collar here, and whether it uses reused parts or not, I think just the presentation for Sif, it works and it looks better for this character. And Sif is more famous and definitely more established in comic books. It is about 7 inches tall. As for the articulation, the head on the ball joint, up or down, the hair does get in the way in terms of getting some poses for it, so you gotta be aware of that. Shoulder area, ball joint, in or out, up or down, and this does get in the way, but you just gotta pose it right. Elbows, 1-point articulation, and you can spin it. And the wrist area, what's unique is this has an up and down articulation point to hold her sword, and you can spin it. This only has a little in or out, and you can spin it articulation point. upper torso, up, down, and to the sides. Nothing at the waist, articulation-wise, but the hips and a ball joint, side to side, up and down, swivel thighs, double knee articulation, and the ankles and a ball joint, up, down, and to the sides. And so that's Sif, and I'm going to give my final thoughts about it in a moment. Overall, this version of Sif from the comic books, it is fantastic. She's the girlfriend of Thor, and it is part of that A-Force Women box set pack. And as I'm making this video, that's the only way to get it if you want it in the box set. Otherwise, you could buy it loose in the secondary market, which is how I got this figure, and I don't have the rest of the A-Force set so far. But this is fantastic. Hasbro spent the money. There's some unique parts here, the head sculpt, the cape. I'm surprised why Hasbro put such a high quality figure in a box set when they could easily have sold it carded, which they still might in the future, because Hasbro has in the past taken figures that were part of a box set or exclusives and then sold it in a solo card later on down the line. But as mentioned, as I'm making this, so far this is the only way to get the figure, is part of that box set. And Sif here, just nicely done, fits in that Thor world, and so there's a lot going for it. And so that's the review. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.